Starting as a guard, as a junior at 6'1", Jordan Brazic. Starting as a forward at 6'2", he's a senior, Connor Marshall. And starting at guard, a senior, 6'1", Sam Soferer. So it is Brown, Manalo, Brazic, Marshall, and Soferer. And out with an injury for a week or so would be the leading rebounder and third leading scorer. That is senior at 6'6", Colton Faddis. So, Mike, they've got to make an adjustment with that.
The other part of that is that you have to limit your roster just to 12 as well. And so you either put him on the roster or he's off. So
we're going to go ahead and take a break right here, and then we're going to come back with action right here on Fox Sports 1380 and STSPN. Play-by-play action coming up right here between Monroe and Jackson. Stay tuned. Mike,
Clogged drain? Other plumbing problems? Call Action Jackson Plumbing for 24-hour service. Owned by a lifetime Edmonds resident and Edmonds Woodway grad, Action Jackson is the drain cleaning specialist. They can unclog most internal drains for only $99 plus tax. Call 425-877-5601 or visit actionjacksonplumbing.com.
Jackson High School, the Monroe Bearcats against the Jackson Timberwolves. Mark Ockett along with Mike Buckholtz, and checking to make sure we're all set on STSPN.com. We are on both. The networks are fired up and ready to go, and thank you everybody for being with us as we bring you what should be a good matchup for a couple of different reasons. And Mike, one is we got Monroe hungry, scrapping, trying to stay alive in this, getting things going in this tournament, and beat Jackson for the first time this year. And Jackson's having to deal with a player with an injury too. So we'll get on that as we move along throughout the game. And we have Jackson and Monroe out there in the uniforms ready to go, midcourt, and we are set to get underway here at Jackson High School. Again, the officials, Brett McIntyre, Scott Depew, and Nathan Murphy. I'm Mark Ockett with Mike Buckholtz. Thanks for being with us, everybody, as here we go, and Monroe wins the tip, getting the basketball in backcourt. Mike?
Well, right away, we want to check out and see who's going to match up with the post player, and it's number 26-2, Connor Marshall.
Ball is kicked around, finally goes out of bounds. It will stay with the Bearcats, and we thank everybody for being with us, as well as our sponsors. Everybody be safe out there on the roads. There's a lot of water out there, so as you're driving around, be careful.
Man-to-man defense for the Jackson Timberwolves.
Monroe with the basketball. They go inside, down low. That is Colby Kyle to Justin Foles, and it's a 2-0 Monroe lead. They strike first.
And Foles curls off a nice screen to get that open layup.
Jackson with the ball in front court now. Here they come. Jump shot is good. That one by Sam Soferer. So we are tied up at 2.
Yeah, and a 12-foot fadeaway, elevated, hung in the air, and drilled it.
That's nice to see. Soferer is a 6'1 senior. It's out of bounds. Last touched by the Monroe Bearcats. Jackson will go the other way with the basketball now.
Yeah, right away, Monroe's turned the ball over, and I'm sure the coach is not happy about that. They need to take care of the basketball if they want to win this game.
Jackson with the ball, trying to come out of backcourt. It is Jordan Brasic. Handling goes to Soferer, drives in, puts one up, and we got a foul. 2 shots will be coming for him.
Soferer being very, very aggressive so far. Double pumped as he hung in the lane and drew the contact.
So the 2 shots coming up. And that first one is good.
Yeah, we'll find out in a moment.
There's the foul.
On. There we go.
Foul is on Justin Folds. Score is 3-2. Jackson has taken the lead, and now that's up to 4-2. Lead switches hands for the first time here, and Monroe will come out of backcourt with the basketball. Driving down the right baseline, and we have a whistle and a foul down low. That one is going to be on Blake Bingham. That's his first.
I saw this the other night where there were a lot of touch fouls called early in the game, and so but they let a lot of contact go inside. So we're gonna players have to adjust to the officiating.
Monroe with the basketball, driving to the hoop is Trenton Newhouse. Puts it up and in, and we are tied at 4 here in the early going. 6:38 left to go in the first quarter at Jackson High School. Jackson coming out of backcourt with the basketball. Here they go, working it around and getting control. Will be Sufferer again. Kind of a small lineup out there for Jackson. And now Sufferer will control. He goes over on the right side as Blake Bingham taking it to the rack with a hop step in and a big block out of there. Getting the block on that one, knocking it around is Colby Kyle. It's last touch as they were trying to maintain it by Jackson, and it will go back to Monroe.
It was not only just the block that was big, he kept the ball in play and allowed his teammate to go over and make the save, so they gained possession of it as well.
Monroe with the basketball into front court. It is Isaiah Cole going down low to Colby Kyle. He lays it in, and a 6-4 lead. Lead switching hands for the second time. Jackson into front court now. 5:54 left to go in the first quarter. Good drive on the right baseline by Brian Brown. Puts it up and in, and we are tied at 6. I like the way this one is starting here on Fox Sports 1380 and STSPN.com. Jumper comes off the rim. Brown gets the rebound. That shot was fired up by Isaiah Cole. Brown goes the other direction, pops and shoots one at the foul line, no good, and as Monroe will get the rebound. Getting the board is Isaiah Cole. They'll come out of backcourt with it as Cole will back up. Between the circles now goes as that ball is deflected away. They finally ended up with it as Kyle, and he'll get it and go to the basket. No hesitation there, and this guy's just a sophomore, Mike. Schools are already looking at him.
Yeah, and he does not look like a sophomore, and maybe they measured him at the beginning of the year and he was 6'7". He may be taller now.
I agree. That is a three-pointer for Brasic. And Jackson takes the lead at 9-8.
Jackson has had a history of some really great three-point shooters here, and Brasic came in and just drilled one from the right side.
Early going, 4:50 to go in the first quarter. Biggest lead for the Monroe Bearcats, 2 points. Biggest lead for Jackson, the same. Missed shot, and we have a rebound. Pulling it down is Jackson. Jackson goes the other direction. Connor Marshall now backing up after getting the pass will be Parker Manalo. Manalo missed, and getting the rebound is Brian Brown.
And a wild play there as the ball got loose, stripped loose, and players diving for it out of bounds. Looks like Jackson's going to keep possession. I'm noticing that the post player, Colby Kyle, likes to leave his man and go and try and block shots. So that might be something that Jackson can exploit later on, which means you drive at him and then find the open player that he leaves.
That is a talent we're watching out there in Colby Kyle, and you just look to see how great he's going to get. That one, and next one is a shot fired up and a miss. Missing on that one is Sofferer, and getting the rebound will be Monroe. Here they come out of backcourt. The stocky Isaiah Cole with the left-handed, make that right-handed dribble. Now left, goes over to the left side of the court, looks for Kyle. And he goes inside to Bingham. It's swatted away, and it will be controlled by Jackson. Here they come out of backcourt with the basketball. It's loose, deflected away. Monroe got a hand on it. Now Jackson. Now it looks like we have a timeout called wisely. Jackson player Blake Bingham getting the basketball, and they call a timeout. 30-second timeout. We'll take 30 seconds as well. 3:57 left to go here in the first quarter. Our score is Jackson 9 and Monroe 8 on Fox Sports 1380 and also on STSPN.com. Okay, hang on. No,
Your dreams evolve, and with committed support, they thrive. American Family Insurance.
Jackson High School, 3:57 left to go in the first quarter. Mark Ockett along with Mike Buckholz. Thanks so much for being with us on the broadcast here this evening.
Both teams playing man-to-man, tough man-to-man, trying to keep players out of the paint.
And there's a drive and a lay-in is good. Sofferer gets the basket. He's got 6 points now, and it's 11-8. Jackson up by 3 points. Like what we're seeing from Sofferer so far in this game. Monroe with the basketball. Bolts. They pop it around, and it's going to be finally taken away. Getting it will be Jackson. They go the other direction. Getting the steal that time was Brasic. He's going to pass on the left side to Connor Marshall. Marshall gets hacked and hits the floor there, and we're going to have him going out of bounds. It was a jump ball, though, so we're going to have the jump ball. Held ball will go to Jackson.
And that's because Colby Kyle waited until he elevated, and then Kyle went up and blocked the shot on the top. So if you want to get the shot off over Kyle, he's got some good hops. You're going to have to up fake first, make him join the parachute club, and then dribble past him to get to the rim.
Set to go as Jackson will inbound on the left baseline. 11-8 the score. Pass inbounds right to Connor Marshall, and it is good. So 2 points for him. It's 13-8, and Jackson is up by 5, their biggest lead of the game. Monroe into front court now. Isaiah Cole passes to Spencer Davidson. Davidson then goes to Foles. Foles throws it intending for Trenton Newhouse, and Mike, that just came apart on him.
It did, as they were running that old school weave play, going from side to side, looking for an opening and kicking out to the shooter, but an errant pass caused the over and back. Jackson's defense hanging tough here.
Jackson with the basketball, coming into front court now. Manalo back up on top. He goes to Brown. Sofferer out of the action, right? Let's check and see. No, he's still over on the right side, and he came away with a big block down there that time. How about that, Mike?
And that
was a Kyle again?
Kyle again.
Yeah.
As I said, he's been leaving his player to go block shots, and he's been effective at it so far.
He's getting the job done. Monroe missing, and now it is going to be controlled by the Bearcats briefly, and then they're going to lose the basketball out of bounds.
Well, that changes things. Jackson's running a lot of ball screens, and what I mean by that is that they pass to a player and then come and set a screen for that player. And Colby Kyle just simply switched off of his man and is guarding that key area and elevated and swatted that thing out of there.
All right, set to go once again. There's Jackson with the ball in front court. They drive the other way. Missing on the shot is Brian Brown. And the rebound grabbed by Monroe. Here they come out of backcourt. 2:23 left to go in the first quarter. And Jackson up 13-8. They've had a nice run going. It's a 7-0 run for the Jackson Timberwolves. 14 on the shot. Make that 17 on the shot clock. They still haven't fixed that light bulb over there. Oh, I guess it's blocked out with a screen, too, from the side. And no, they've got a couple bulbs out. So a miss on the shot by Jackson, and it's going to be Jackson basketball.
And Spencer Davidson, the 6'5 sophomore, came in and helped out with the block. So another sophomore for Monroe with some good timing.
Jackson with the basketball. Inbound pass goes to Manalo. Now he goes on the left side, finding Brasic. Over to Sofferer. Sofferer, jump shot good inside the arc. He's got 2 points. And Sofferer I have for 8 points, a 7-point lead, and a 9-0 stretch of points for Jackson. Timeout called by Monroe. 1:46 to go. First quarter here on Fox Sports 1380 and STSPN.com. We'll be back with more.
Welcome to Bickford Ford, Western Washington's premier Ford dealership. We strive to offer you the best in customer care, selection, and price. Our sales, service, and parts departments are highly skilled, experienced, and committed to your satisfaction. Give us the opportunity to take care of you and your family's auto needs, and we're confident you'll come back again and again. That's the reason we've been in business for 4 generations and over 78 years. The Bickford family has served the community since 1934. We support organizations that make a vital...
Jackson is leading by 7 points. They're on a 9-0 run. They were down 8-6, and then they got a 3-ball from Jordan Brasic, and since that time they've been cruising. Working hard, though, as Monroe's not going to make it easier. Monroe goes inside to Kyle. That's deflected out of bounds, and it will be Jackson basketball.
And Monroe looking for that standard post-up for Colby Kyle. There was a double team down there, so the player, they sent the player to the high post on the double team to try to open up a high-low, but the pass was off the mark.
Here we go. Monroe with the basketball, down by 7 points, and on the shot clock, 12 seconds. Monroe works it up top. Getting control is Spencer Davidson. He takes it to the basket and puts it in for 2. So that breaks the stretch. They hadn't scored for some time. It's down low. Look, Kyle with another block off a shot by Jackson. Putting the shot up that time was Marshall. How about that, Kyle? He is doing a great job defensively. Now it goes loose, and Monroe's going to get it back. It will be Jackson, or Jackson's going to get it back.
And that's the second time Marshall has challenged Kyle and had his shot blocked. Looks like a little bit of zone action now from Monroe. They switched out of that man-to-man.
Jackson with the basketball. Avery Goodwin is in the game for the Timberwolves. Bearcats and Timberwolves here tonight. And Avery Goodwin takes it to the basket. He connects on it and is fouled.
And he changed his shot a little bit. I don't know if you saw that, but he shot an absolute rainmaker from about 4 feet in order to get it over to Kyle, and it swished right in. Kyle has 4 blocks, Mark.
Amazing. Spencer Davidson called for the foul, his first second-team foul, and the shot is good by Goodwin. Now an 18-10 lead for Jackson.
Davidson has a block also, so that's at least 5 block shots in the first quarter.
Monroe with the basketball. Jump shot, no good, over on the right side by Newhouse. Getting the rebound is Monroe. That's Jerome, Joshua Jerome in the game. He gets the rebound and then misses the shot. We have a push-off at the tail end of it. And coming right up here, that's going to be on Davidson, his second. And the third team foul.
And that was his bad luck. As he headed down the floor, the player in front of him had the ball, took the dribble and stopped. Davidson ran in front of him, and that's his second foul. He's had a positive impact on the game from Monroe so far. He might have to take a seat here.
Jackson with the basketball coming into front court. The shot clock is dead, and 20 seconds on the quarter clock here in the first quarter. They lead 18-10. It's their biggest lead of the game at 8 points. And just a slow dribble right now. It's Avery Goodwin with the basketball. He'll dish off to Sofferer. Sofferer, a three-point jumper, no good. Getting the rebound is Monroe. That's Joshua Jerome. Jerome will dish off to Kyle. They better hurry up. Kyle is able to find a teammate. That is Rubalcaba, and Rubalcaba misses a three-pointer way near the midcourt line, and that is the end of the first quarter. Our score, 18-10, as Jackson leads Monroe here on Fox Sports 1380 and STSPN.com.
No, I'm good.
It's just, guy to guy. One of the reasons, part of things, I had to sleep so much today, try to get over. Will inbound right across from us in their orange uniforms, going from our left to right. And Jackson in their white uniforms. Mike, there seems to be some discussion over here. One of the officials, and now 2 of them have come over, and they are going over things. Now, I have 18-10 if they're talking about how many points. I'm not sure if that's what it is or something else. So
might have to do with uniform numbers.
That's what I was thinking too. We had that. The uniform number is incorrect in the book. So
10 is in the book is 33, so it's a technical foul.
That's right. We saw that yesterday when we did. That's what I thought it was looking down there. We have a technical foul as 10 for Jackson. That is Ian Wilgress is in the book as 35. Therefore, going to the foul line will be Trenton Newhouse Todd Newhouse is the head coach. This is his son. And the shot on the way is good. First shot. So that's a technical foul. That should go as a team foul against Jackson.
Well, I think
Should
that
be their second, right?
That discrepancy is Jackson has different numbers home and away, and somehow they got their away number.
You know what would be a lot easier? If you had the same numbers at home and away.
I know that.
That would really be easy.
It used to be required that you went odd when you were away.
Yeah, I remember
even
that.
at
I
home.
remember that. That's been a long time ago.
Stephen Whitman, who's
So is that what they... I guess that might be the case, but he was 35 as opposed to 10. That's a big difference.
Stephen Whitman's helping us out from stats. Monroe had 6 turnovers in the first quarter, Mark.
Trenton Newhouse hit them both. 18-12 is the score. There, look at that. Colby Kyle taking it to the basket. He backed in and then went a little right, then to his left and dropped it in. And he now has 6 points, 18-14 the score as Monroe's starting to chip away at it. They've cut that 8-point lead in half.
Yeah, Marshall was guarding him earlier. He's out of the game now and tried to keep him away. You got to put a body on him. Oh.
You have a miss on the shot and the rebound pulled down. It's going to be a travel call against Joshua Jerome.
Well, that was an interesting call because Jerome corralled his 3rd rebound, but what he did do was stayed stationary and shoved off with the elbow, and I don't know if the referee just decided to give him the travel instead of the swinging the elbow foul.
Jackson with the ball in front court. Getting it is Avery Goodwin. He fires a 3-ball, no good. It's batted around, battle for the rebound, and finally Sofferer gets it, but it was deflected to him by Wilgris. Sofferer goes to put a shot up. It's blocked out of there. Big block by Colby Kyle. They go the other direction. Trenton Newhouse lays it up and in off the glass, and it's 18-16, a 2-point lead. Jackson has this lead whittled down. They go inside. It's going to be loose, and Monroe gets the basketball.
And Jerome, a very physical sophomore, got into the passing lane there. He's having an impact on the game. There's just one senior on the roster for Monroe.
Monroe with the basketball in front court. Colby Kyle. They pass over on the right side. Getting control of it is Bingham. Bingham drives into the lane. Left-handed jump shot, or actually kind of a hook shot going in, and it's going to be a miss, and getting the rebound is Jackson.
Yeah, that was Hunter Johnson that time at 6'4" in there battling Colby Kyle.
And Hunter Johnson hits a 3-pointer on the other side to make it 21-16. There's a lot of spirit in this game, ladies and gentlemen. And you've got the spirit teams across the way with the cheerleaders over there for Monroe and Jackson. 6:08 to go, second quarter on Fox Sports 1380 and STSPN. Colby Kyle will dish off to Trenton Newhouse. Kyle has 5 block shots now. He's on a pace for like 13 or 14 in this game. Down low they go to Kyle. Kyle will go to the basket, and he has it come loose. Or misses the shot. Getting the rebound is Avery Goodwin. Goodwin goes the other direction, kind of like the way he plays. He's had a shot earlier that went in, but he also seems to handle himself pretty well out on the court.
Coach Johnson very happy with the defense down there, as when Kyle goes to the low block, they're double and triple teaming him and limited him to 1 shot.
They go with the pass, and is Sofferer with the miss. And it comes loose, and getting the rebound way out will be Spencer Davidson. He'll pass to Blake Bingham. That's not the Spencer Davidson group, is it?
That's Spencer Davis.
I know that. Okay. It's our first play on words of the night, brought to you by Lake Stevens Ace Hardware. We have a foul on the Monroe offensive end. That foul is going to be called on Ian Wilgris, his first. And that is the 3rd team foul called against Jackson. They did get that technical foul up. 5:11 left to go in the second quarter. 21-18 is the score. We still don't get a 21-12 score to give out here for all the Rush fans in attendance.
That's pretty good defense right there by Parker Manilow as he came over to help. And one of those 50-50 calls, he got called for the block, but he was in good position and is going to force Newhouse to earn his points at the line.
Parker Manawa called for the foul. That is his first and the 4th team foul. Miss on the first foul shot at the foul line is Newhouse. And so he has a total of 6 points in the game. He's 2 for 3 from the line, make it 3 for 4. 21-17 is our score. 5:06 to go in the second quarter. Thanks for being with us. Second quarter brought to you by Glass by Lund. First quarter brought to you by IRG, Physical and Hand Therapy. Well, getting the basketball and getting fouled is Hunter Johnson after taking a pass by Brian Brown, and there was a Monroe Bearcat up on him pretty tight. That was Spencer Davidson, his third foul. And that is the fourth team foul. At the foul line is Hunter Johnson shooting 2.
And part of the front line advantage that Monroe has been holding in this game is now going to go to the bench as Spencer Davidson, not to be confused with Spencer Davis, is going to the bench.
Missed foul shot on the front end, and coming into the game is Blake Bingham. Now, we will not be having any Stevie Winwood sightings in the gym tonight. We'll take our demographic back a ways. 22-17 as he makes the second foul shot. 4:49 left to go in the second quarter. 22-17 is the score. Jackson up by 5 points in his first round district playoff game. A shot blocked by Monroe as they get it back, or by Jackson as Monroe gets it back, and getting the block that time was Jordan Brosic.
Isaiah Cole, also just a sophomore, Mark, ended up with that loose ball and drove hard to the rim, hung in the air, and drew contact by leaning in. So he's got an opportunity at the foul line now.
At the foul line is for the Monroe Bearcats is Isaiah Cole. His shot is not good, and the foul was on Brian Brown. That will be his first and the 5th team foul. Second one coming up. It is good. 22-18 is the score. Jackson with the basketball in front court. Sofferer passes over on the right side to Brosic. Back over to Sofferer, who steps out, takes a couple of dribbles, drives in, jumper right by the foul line, just above it, and he's got it. Now 10 points. 24-18 is the score. Trying to build that lead back up once again with 4:13 left to go in the second quarter. Getting the ball now in front court, Trenton Newhouse. Newhouse drives to the basket, misses on the shot. It's partially, looked like they might have had a hand on it. Ian Wilgress ends up with the basketball, and they go the other direction. Sofferer goes over on the right side. He finds Hunter Johnson. Johnson inside some to Wilgress. Back to Johnson, over to Wilgress. Shot clock seemed to take a little while to get going. Now they finally go outside to Brosic, and he hits a three-pointer to make it 27-18, a 9-point lead, biggest lead of the game for Jackson, and Monroe will call timeout with 3:43 left to go in the second quarter. Stay tuned. Back with more here on Fox Sports 1380 or STSPN.com.
Clogged drain? Other plumbing problems? Call Action Jackson Plumbing for 24-hour service. Owned by a lifetime Edmonds resident and Edmonds Woodway grad, Action Jackson is the drain cleaning specialist. They can unclog most internal drains for only $99 plus tax. Call 425-877-5601 or visit actionjacksonplumbing.com.
Okay.
Sofferer with 13 points so far, Mark.
Yeah, he's having a great, he's got 13, or wasn't that Johnson who hit that last one?
No, it was Sofferer.
Got it, okay.
And Monroe had switched their defense back to a man-to-man. They're having a tough time with dribble penetration, and they rely, however, on Colby Kyle, who just simply leaves his man and comes over and protects the key. But so far, the Jackson Timberwolves are hitting that outside shot.
All right, so 13 points for Sofferer. He's having a big game. And Monroe with the basketball. Driving on the right side is Folds. He passes inside, now back outside, and it will go, it's going to be Folds getting it back, puts it up and in. 27-20 as it is a 7-point lead for Monroe.
Nice job by Folds as the focus of the defense was on the big man, and he stayed with it after missing a shot, got the rebound put back.
With the ball, Jackson in the front court right now. Controlling will be Sofferer with the ball. He passes over on the left side to Connor Marshall. Now finds Brian Brown. Brown with a jump shot just outside the arc. Might have been just on it when he came down. It's a miss, and getting the rebound is Joshua Jerome.
Colby Kyle bothered that shot. He didn't get the block, but he changes things out there with his defense.
We got a travel call against Justin Foles, and that's going to turn the ball back over. 27-20 is the score, 2:50 left in the second quarter. So Jackson will have it.
Monroe staying with their man-to-man defense. Jackson's played man-to-man the whole way.
Brosic with the basketball. Pull-up jumper. It's going to be blocked right there. That would be 6 blocks now by Kyle. And Monroe gets it back. They're going to go the other direction with it, and it's going to be knocked out of bounds.
Yeah, Salford did a good job of getting back there that time and reading the slower pass, the lob pass, and knocking it out of bounds.
Monroe ball in front court, 2:32 left to go in the second quarter, 27-20. They need to try to get something done right here. Kyle ends up with the ball, goes down low. Getting it will be Jerome, and he steps in with a dribble, puts it in. 2 points there, 27-22.
And that was a nice high-low. Draw the defense out. They're all surrounding Kyle, and he had a nice assist, and Jerome put it in.
3-point, or make that 2-point jumper is good by Sofferer. 29-22. Missed shot by Monroe, and here comes Jackson getting the rebound. Sofferer. We have a blocking foul as Sofferer was trying to get the pass up ahead, and a blocking foul is going to be called against Monroe. That is going to be against Isaiah Cole. It is first foul and the 5th team foul. Team fouls are even at 5, and into the game for Monroe will be Trenton Newhouse.
And that was an attempt at an old tricksy move that some guards will do, that well away from the ball. Cole saw one of the Jackson players running down the floor and maybe not paying attention. He jumped in front, tried to get the offensive foul called. Instead, got called for the block.
With the basketball, Jackson in front court. Brian Brown now is going to be Islam Oltaki, who just entered the game, and he goes in, loses the basketball off his leg. 1:52 left to go in the second quarter, and our score is 29-22. 35 on the shot clock.
Oltaki had nowhere to go as he was being swarmed on over there anyway, so he needs to recognize the situation and kick that back out.
Monroe in front court with the ball. It is Kyle directing traffic. Now 19 on the shot clock as Monroe takes some time. 1:30 on the quarter clock. They go inside. Monroe does. It is Jerome, and it was blocked out of there. Jackson gets the big block, and here comes Jackson the other way with it. Sofferer, he's able to find Brosic. Now over on the right side, it's going to be an interception as the pass was intended for Oltaki and finally knocked out of bounds. It'll be Monroe ball with 1:17 left to go here in the second period.
That was Connor Marshall with the block. He's had a couple of his shots blocked, so he decided to retaliate a little bit and got his own block shot for the Jackson Timberwolves.
Monroe with the ball coming out of backcourt. Here they go. Down by 7 points. They trailed 18-10 at the end of the first quarter, so they've just barely outscored Jackson in this one, 12-11. Monroe finally going outside, and it's a jump shot that's going to be missed. On that one, it was Foltz, and then getting the rebound is Cole, and Cole goes back for it. Ball is going to be out of bounds.
And that was a bad break for Monroe, as they did an outstanding job of moving the ball to the open shooter, but just couldn't get it to go, even with a couple extra attempts.
Less than a minute to go in the second quarter. 29-22, Jackson leading. Jackson with the basketball. In front court, Sofferer in between the circles takes the drive towards the lane, and now it's going to be lost out of bounds off him, and it will turn it back over to Monroe as they'll have plenty of time here. 37 on the quarter clock, 35 on the shot clock, and set to check in once again is Avery Goodwin. He will replace Islam Oltaki, who actually had that one go off of him as he drove on the right side earlier, and now he
Salford had the same effect.
Time on the bench.
Exactly same situation. Drove it down to the right block, got swarmed on, nowhere to go, and lost it.
Driving with the basketball is Isaiah Cole. Cole misses on the layup off the glass. Getting the rebound, Jackson. They'll play for the one shot. The shot clock is dead. 18 on the quarter clock. Brian Brown in front court. Passes over on the right side. That is Jordan Brosic. Brosic inside the midcourt line to Sofferer. Well, now you got 5 seconds on the shot clock. There's Sofferer, and he goes inside with a pass. He was intending it for Brian Brown, and a Monroe player stepped out and is going to be called for the foul. That's Isaiah Cole, his second 6-team foul. No shots. Jackson will inbound left baseline with 2.5 seconds left to go here in the second quarter, and they lead 29-22. Just enough time to try to get a shot off. There's the inbound pass. Brian Brown gets it, puts it in off the inbound pass that time from Avery Goodwin, and the buzzer goes off. We are at halftime. Our score is Jackson 31 and Monroe 22. You are listening to Fox Sports 1380 and STSPN.com with the webcast coverage. We'll be back with more at halftime coming up. it's getting the second half of the part of the season going here tonight. That's exciting in itself.
Monroe is going to have to decide exactly whether they want to stay in the man-to-man and try to funnel those drives, those penetration drives down the middle, or should they extend a zone defense and automatic switch a lot of the screens that Jackson is setting and go ahead and let Spencer Davidson, the 6'5 sophomore, and Colby Kyle, the 6'7 sophomores, to go ahead and roam the middle and try to disrupt the shots and hope that Jackson has a tough time hitting the outside shots against the zone.
Well, the winner of this game will play at Everett Community College. That'll be coming up on Saturday. And we have this game ready to go now once again.
Key couple of early minutes here. The first couple of minutes for Monroe going to be key. They don't want to fall further behind. They need to make up a little bit of ground here.
Dwayne Lane, family of auto centers, bringing you the third quarter. And Monroe with the basketball. They go down low inside, and it's going to be good. That is Trenton Newhouse finding Colby Kyle for two. 31-24. They need to make up some ground. It is vital that they get going.
And Jackson did not double team down on the block that time, and they paid for it.
Missed shot by Jackson. Brazic gets the rebound. Or missed a shot, and the rebound was pulled down by Manalo, and they missed the second one, and Monroe gets the board. Here they go the other direction. Bearcats with the ball in front court. It is Bingham. Bounce pass over on the right side. He finds Kyle. Kyle looking around, and now we got a push off. Really, it was just a case of Manawa getting a little too committed there. It's going to be a foul on Parker. His third foul, and the first team foul. Out of bounds across the way from Monroe.
Kyle way outside initiating the offense that time, maybe looking for a little bit of that high-low action we talked about earlier, trying to get the defense out.
Three-point jumper is no good by Trenton Newhouse. Getting the rebound underneath Joshua Jerome. He puts it up and in, and it's 31-26. A 5-point Jackson lead, trimmed down from 9. 6:58 to go in the third quarter, and a jumper that goes in for Brian Brown the other direction to make it 33-26. 6:50 to go in the third quarter as Monroe will bring the ball out of backcourt.
Jackson staying with their man-to-man defense. Here's that post up for Kyle again. He flashes high, looking low.
With the basketball, Jerome takes it to the rack, misses on the shot. It's deflected out. Sofferer will get the rebound. He comes the other direction. He'll pass over on the left side to Manalo. Manalo misses on a jump shot, left side, no good. Getting the rebound is Trenton Newhouse. Newhouse will come out of backcourt briskly, and now he cuts inside the arc, looks over on the left side, finds a pass to Foles. Foles drives to the basket, and he has to adjust his shot. It's knocked out of there, but then getting the rebound will be Colby Kyle, and Kyle puts it up and in. 33-28, a 5-point lead for the Jackson Timberwolves with 6:09 left to go. And we have a grabbing foul going the other direction as Jackson is now going from our left to right. And that foul is going to be on Foles, his second. First team foul. No shots. Jackson will inbound across the way from us.
And Monroe has decided that they are going to come out and play man-to-man. So look for them to try to funnel the drivers down the center of the key and have Kyle disrupt their shots if he can.
Jackson with the ball in front court. Brown offers a pass to Brazic. Brazic gets it, takes a three-point jumper. It is good, and we have him for 9 points. Brazic with 9 points. 9 points for Brazic and 13 points for Sofferer. An 8-point lead. Driving to the basket and dropping it in is Newhouse. Newhouse now with 9 points.
Nice set play from Monroe. Double high screen for him. He started to use the screen, instead crossed over, split the defense, and had the wide open layup.
With the basketball, Jackson in front court. Over on the right side, it's Brazic. Brazic with the ball. Over on the right, he finds Brown. Brown will have the ball and then drives in, puts up a shot. It's deflected out of there. It's going to be Jackson ball. And into the game for Jackson will be Brock Peterson.
That strategy of driving into Colby Kyle and thinking that you're going to get the shot over him when you're 6'1" is not going to work. You're better off driving in and finding a teammate.
Missed shot by Soffer. They get the rebound. That's kind of unique because getting the board that time was Peterson, and Peterson came down on a Monroe player. That foul is going to be on Joshua Jerome. Kind of interesting. Jerome was just basically there, and Peterson came down on him.
Yeah, but he had the ball. He went and got the ball,
so that's the way it goes.
And Josh was under him, so yeah, it's
unfortunate, but that's how it works in this game. Driving to the basket with about 9 steps and missing was Brazic, and we got a foul At the tail end of that there finally comes a foul call from Nathan Murphy. This is also going to be on Jerome, and that will be his second 13 foul.
And Marshall went in and got the rebound, and Jerome, who was a little bit of frustration after that first call, decided to club him. So
yeah, Jerome's coming out of the game, and Isaiah Cole will come in now.
He's going to have to cool down a little bit because Monroe's going to need him.
Inbound pass. That one goes from Brazic to Soferer. Soferer misses the shot, and getting the rebound is Isaiah Cole. Cole over on the right side to Bingham. Back over to Cole up top. He looks over and now is able to find Foles. Foles with the basketball to Bingham. Bingham drives in, loses it out of bounds, and it is going to be Monroe ball. Into the game for Jackson will be Avery Goodwin. Goodwin will replace Brock Peterson. And over on the left side on the baseline is Isaiah Cole.
Why throw a bounce pass off the ankles of a 6'7" post player? Put the ball up high where he can get it.
Inbound pass goes to Newhouse. Newhouse with the basketball. Backs up. And he will drive around. Pull-up jumper is good on the left side. He made it all work himself. It was kind of like, okay, I'm going to take this on my own. And it's 36-32. It's down to a 4-point deficit.
Well, Monroe's creating some space inside by putting Kyle out high and using him as a screener.
Pass over on the left side. It'll go to Brian Brown, and it is good. Right?
It is good.
You're looking over the score. It's tough here sometimes.
Yeah,
well, we go this from time to time.
Right.
Because we have to look around. You have to look to your left and see the scoreboard over there. It's easier to look over to the right, but it's blocked out. They kind of didn't place those in the best of spots. I guess they didn't have much choice. Monroe with the basketball in front court. Driving to the hoop and getting fouled will be Isaiah Cole.
And Isaiah Cole had a similar drive in the first half from pretty much the same spot. Marshall came over, tried to block the shot. Cole hanging in the air, and Cole is a pretty stout young man, and so he does a good job of using his body to shield off the defender, and Marshall gets called for the foul.
Marshall called for the foul, his first foul, second team foul. At the foul line is Cole hitting on the first shot.
Well, Monroe has made the run, as I talked about, the first couple of minutes being key, but Jackson's hit enough shots to fend them off so far, but the game has certainly tightened, Mark.
It is 38-34. That is our score. And the ball is deflected out of bounds.
And you can tell that Monroe's also energized now on the defensive end as well. They're playing a little bit harder here.
They sure are. Well, they're within 4 points. Have been down by 9 points on a couple of occasions. Jackson with the basketball. Inbound pass goes to Brazic. Brazic will now go into front court with the ball to Marshall. Marshall watch the player come around for him. Soferer takes the pass, drives to the basket, misses on it. It's batted around, and finally getting control of it will be Monroe. Good hand there by Goodwin as he deflects it the other direction over to Brown. Now on the left side, Soferer. And a missed shot by Soferer. It's going to be a rebound by Kyle, and here comes Monroe the other direction.
For Monroe, that's the best scenario that they hope for. Jackson missing their outside shots.
In front court, Monroe with the basketball. And it's going to be deflected away as Foles has it knocked away that time. And Jackson gets it to go the other direction, and it's going to be Soferer taking it to the basket. And he's going to draw the foul and have 2 shots coming up. Foul is going to be on Bingham.
Avery Goodwin set that up with the block shot down at the other end. We got a lot of block shots this game.
This game is a ton of them. See if we can get a tally on that. With the foul shot, it is good by Soferer. 14 points for him.
There's a challenge for Stephen Whitman, who's helping us out here with the statistics over there, and he's going to have to sharpen his pencil.
I got a couple extra for him over here.
Yeah, with the block shots, I don't think I've seen anywhere near that number so far.
No, not in recent times. There's a missed shot. On the foul shot, it's 39-34, a 5-point lead. And with the basketball is Isaiah Cole. He'll come out of backcourt.
11 block shots total in the game so far.
Okay, Cole with the ball. Goes up top. He is able to find Newhouse. Newhouse misses a 3-ball. Battle for the rebound. Good job by Kyle over the top of Marshall, and he forces a held ball.
And Marshall had inside position. The problem was he was a little bit too far underneath the basket, and so you have to lower yourself and what we used to call root that guy out of there. You got to start backing up and try to get the taller guy out of there, and instead it led to a jump ball, but Jackson does have possession.
With the arrow, they get the basketball as Jackson will come out of backcourt, try to. They're facing a pressure defense. Here comes Jackson now. It is Goodwin, passes over on the left side. He's able to find Brozic, misses the shot. Good, strong rebound by Colby Kyle as he gets in the air, up and after that one.
Yeah, another nice job, and Jackson staying with that tough man-to-man.
Monroe with the basketball. In front court, it is Colby Kyle, way out high. He goes down on the left side. Now they have it come loose as having the ball briefly was it's going back and forth, so we're going to give it back to Monroe.
And you can see what Jackson or what Monroe is trying to do. They're running their offense through Kyle at the high post, trying to get other players slashing to the basket. But the other players have got to be able to finish those shots inside, Mark.
Monroe with the ball. In front court now, it's Isaiah Cole. He will pass off to Newhouse. Newhouse takes it to the basket, has to adjust his shot, gets it back, and then puts it in as Newhouse increases his total. I have him for 13 points.
Yeah, Brozic got a hand on it and knocked it away, but Newhouse got it back and put it in. Monroe now showing some full court pressure, changing the defense up on Jackson.
Jackson with the ball in front court. It's Brian Brown, and he misses his shot as he has to alter another block shot in there, and it's going to be Jackson ball again. They're fighting for it. Look at that. Down low they go to Goodwin. Over on the left side, he is able to find Sofferer. Sofferer misses on the shot. It comes loose. Getting the rebound, Goodwin. Goodwin goes inside, and with the ball briefly was Marshall. It's knocked away. Here comes Monroe the other way. It's Foles. Foles over on the right side to Cole. Cole misses on a three-point jumper, and the rebound is pulled down by Brown. Brown out of backcourt, drives to the basket the other way, short on the shot. Here they come. It will be Foles. Foles gets the rebound.
A lot of action. Brown looking for the foul on that play. Nice rebound. Tried to go coast to coast. Didn't get it to drop.
Cole goes to Kyle, and we have a foul. A push-off, it looks like in the back there, is going to be called against...
I think that's going to be on Marshall.
Marshall, yeah, his second.
Marshall might, you don't want your player, you don't want Kyle to get that deep to the hoop. You got to try to get around in front him or push him off. It's easier said than done.
With the basketball is Monroe in front court now. There they go, inside it's Kyle. He is able to find the Monroe teammate, Rubicaba, as he puts it in, and it's going to be a one-point game, 39-38. Timeout on the floor. We'll take a timeout with 57 seconds left to go here in the quarter, and it is a 39-38 lead for Jackson over Monroe here on Fox Sports 1380 and STSPN.com. Rubicaba.
I love the chess match.
Started a little bit earlier as we have our game. It is a
so you have Mariner,
Jackson is up by one.
advancing.
So Mariner over Lake Stevens. So yeah, Mariner would advance.
They'll play Cascade.
So they will play Cascade coming up, and that will be on February 13th.
Like the chess match that's going on now, Monroe comes out in the 2-3 zone. So they've got to close the gap.
With the basketball, here comes the Jackson Timberwolves. 39-38 is the score. They swing it around on the right side. Controlling will be Jackson. And it's going to go back and forth, or he's going to go carry the basketball. Carrying the ball.
So I like the coaching move by Todd Newhouse because Jackson calls timeout. Jackson has the ball. Monroe's been playing man-to-man. He switches defense, comes into a 2-3 zone. So whatever they had set up, now they have to change it because it's a zone, and it led to a turnover.
Monroe with the basketball as the shot clock is dead. They trail 39-38 here in the third quarter. 18 on the shot or on the quarter clock. with the basketball is Blake Bingham. Bingham over on the right side.
Spencer Davidson back in as Kyle goes to the bench for a rest.
And it's going to be stolen away, and a jump ball. A near steal, I should say. It was Avery Goodwin. And now coming back into the game will be Hunter Johnson.
Giving Marshall a rest. Marshall's been matched up with Colby Kyle, so he's going to need to get himself a little bit of a breather here, and that's a good way to get an extra minute as the subs are coming back in, and then you have the timeout between the quarters.
All right, 39-38 is the score. Jackson on top by 1 point. 4.2 seconds left to go. I don't know. They might be looking at adding some time or subtracting some time. We'll see exactly what they want to do here.
Well, they had some perspiration on the floor.
Yeah, that too, but he's over at the clock operator right now talking with him. The assistant coach, Todd Newhouse, is filling in for Tyson Horner, who's out of town. He should be back tomorrow. A family issue down there. And so we still have 4.2 on the clock.
Well, that's even a better for the subs because you take your post players Colby Kyle and Connor Marshall out, and that gives them additional time while the referees are huddling up out there. Maybe they'll have to come over here and go to the replay. Do we have that set up, do you think?
Yeah, do we have the replay set up tonight from the network? You got it? You got the replay to see how much time is left? Well, of course, we can't see it. We don't have a monitor over here, but we are on the radio side, so we want to cater to that audience, of course, as to what's going on right here. So they're going to actually bring a substitute in. This is Islam Oltaki.
And that's, again, to give some of the front line players a little bit of extra breather for that crunch time. Fourth quarter we have coming up in 4.2 seconds.
With the basketball is Monroe as the clock winded down 1 second, and it's like you got a piece of that one too as a shot was put up by Bingham, and the quarter clock will go off. Our score 39-38. How about that for Monroe? They come up with 16 points in a quarter and only a total of 8 for Jackson. And that wraps us up here through 3 quarters. A 1-point lead for Jackson. How about that? As we have a great one taking place here in our first district game of the tournament on Fox Sports 1380 and STSPN.com. More on the way.
Clogged drain? Other plumbing problems? Call Action Jackson Plumbing for 24-hour service. Owned by a lifetime Edmonds resident and Edmonds Woodway grad, Action Jackson is the drain cleaning specialist. They can unclog most internal drains for only $99 plus tax. Call 425-877-5601 or visit actionjacksonplumbing.com.
The traffic really goofs everybody up.
Quarter.
It just Welcome back. Our score 39-38. Jackson leads by 1 point going to the fourth quarter. A fresh 8 on the clock, and Jackson going from our left to right. Mark Ockett with Mike Buckholz, and Jackson with the basketball.
Jackson just 3 of 11 in the third quarter. Monroe 7 of 13.
That would explain why they got outscored by so much, and there's another miss. Wilgris misses on that one, and it's going to go the other direction. Monroe with the basketball.
Monroe still 0 from the three-point line on 7 attempts, and there we have an offensive foul called on the screen.
Yikes. Monroe down by the 1 point. Coming back in the game is Brian Brown. Fourth quarter brought to you by Pacific Copy and Printing. And actually, we got the foul going to Justin Foles, his third. And that is the 5th team foul against Monroe.
And as always, free throws are going to play a big part of this in the fourth quarter in a close game, Mark.
In front court, the Jackson Timberwolves with the basketball. It is Sofferer. Sofferer passes to Brian Brown. Brown with a jumper. That is a 2-point basket. And 10 points for him. He had 4 last quarter.
Calling for a travel, and he got away with one.
With the ball and missing down low is Blake Bingham. Here comes Jackson the other direction. It is Ian Wilgris. It is going to be Brozic. Over on the right side, he finds Marshall. Now they work it up top with the basketball. Marshall over on the right side to Brown. Brown, between the leg dribble, pull-up jumper. Oh, rattles in and out, no good. Sitting at 41-38, so Jackson scored 2, Monroe none here in this quarter. Pass over on the right side. That is Justin Folds. Folds now gets in a jam. He passes up top. Cole over on the left to Bingham. Bingham with the basketball goes to Folds. Folds shut off on the left baseline. Steps in past his defender and misses the shot. He got a break there as he stepped under Soffer, but then misses on the shot. Jackson goes inside.
Yeah.
It is Brasic going inside that time to Marshall. Marshall misses. They work it around. Brasic with a three-point jumper, no good. And Monroe with the basketball, and it's a little loose out there. We're finally going to have a foul call.
Yeah, that foul that time is on old Taki.
That's right.
A lot of action, but no points.
One foul on him, and the 4th team foul.
The Newhouse underneath was trapped down there, and he was, or Justin Folds was trapped down underneath the basket, spinning around. The defenders all played the pass, left him open for the layup, and then he missed it.
We're going to have an offensive foul called on Trenton Newhouse. That's his first, and the 6th team foul.
And that means Jackson will be shooting the next time there's a foul committed.
Jackson with the basketball, coming into front court. There's a pass over on the right side. It goes to Sofferer. Back over on the left side, he finds Brasic. Brasic now to Marshall. Now back on top to Brasic. Brasic driving to the lane on the right side is going to draw the foul.
Well, one of the things that's happening now is that they're trying to pull, when Monroe's on defense, Jackson's trying to pull Kobe Kyle out to the wing playing defense, and then they're quickly reversing and attacking the rim before he can come in and get the block.
And here's a big score right here that we need to get past to you. NCAA Men's Pac-12, Cal 83, Oregon, number 11, Oregon 63. So the Golden Bears with a 20-point upset of number 11, Oregon.
Oh, I'm crushed.
Well, it just breaks our heart. At the foul line, making the first foul shot is Brasic, and the second one is good. So it is 43-38.
And there we go with the free throws, as we're going to have a timeout here. That's a good timeout by Coach Newhouse.
Yeah, good call. Right. Let's take a timeout ourselves. 43-38 is the score. 5:34 left to go in the 4th quarter.
Your dreams evolve, and with committed support, they thrive. American Family Insurance.
How about this one as we take it down to the finish line here? We'll probably have a few more timeouts along the way. Monroe and Jackson would play against Kamiak coming up on Saturday. That would be at 4:45, taking place over at Everett Community College. And then also you've got Mariner at Lake Stevens. That will be taking, or that's when we've already had the final on. That was Mariner with a 45-42 victory earlier, and they will play against Cascade coming up at 8 o'clock on February 13th.
Big
that
possession.
takes place at Everett Community College.
Excuse me, sorry about that, but Monroe,
Sorry,
big
I'm
possession
used to it.
coming out of this timeout here and trailing by 5, Mark.
All right.
They need to get something.
With the basketball is Monroe. Driving to the hoop is Kyle. He puts it up and in.
And he just bowled his way in. They cleared the right side, and he just got down to the right block and laid it in.
All right. There's the other direction goes Jackson. Jackson with the basketball.
A little quick on the shot for Jackson, I thought. Just one pass and launched from the outside. And then they had an opportunity. Foul.
43-40 is the score as Monroe with the basketball. They will inbound in backcourt.
And with the exception of Colby Kyle, the Bearcats are going with the smaller lineup out there, Mark.
Yes, they are. With the ball coming forward now will be Isaiah Cole as he looks over on the left side. And that is going to be Kyle. Kyle gets it, goes with a pass to Folds. Folds with the jump shot. Misses, no good. And here we go the other direction with the basketball. Jackson in front court now. They're in front now, and here they go. That is Jackson. Here's the shot. It is going to be a miss, no good. And coming out of there with the shot was Manalo. Here they go the other direction. 43-40 is the score. Down low is Blake Bingham. Bingham with the basketball, and a travel call is called against Monroe. It's going back to Jackson.
And Bingham has the ball inside. He has his dribble, the defender on his back. You need to be able to make a move and score on there. Instead, he stumbled around and got called for the travel.
Here comes Jackson the other direction now. With the basketball is Brian Brown. Brown over on the left side. He's able to find Brasic. Brasic to Manalo. And then the pass goes right side Marshall. Marshall misses on that. Following is Brian Brown. He'll miss, and the rebound is pulled down by Monroe. It's still down by just the 3 points, 4:11 to go. Pull-up jumper. That looked ugly from the start by Cole. He clearly did not have enough on it, and it came away with a miss. It's an air ball, Jackson ball.
Yeah, we have the same score going on outside of that timeout with Colby Kyle having the isolation play, and 43-40. Cole pulls up on the transition right at the free throw line, wide open, shoots an air ball. You got to think that maybe some fatigue is setting in here, and some of the players were starting to see some missed shots inside as well.
Jackson with the basketball. They've got that three-point lead. The pressure defense put on by Monroe as Jackson will come out of backcourt. Brian Brown brings it forward now. 3:58 left to go in the fourth quarter. With the ball on the right side is Sofferer. Now Brown on the left, just inside the arc. 17 on the shot clock. Far side they go to Brasic. Brasic with a pass to Manalo. Goes to the basket. That underhanded shot. They still had a little time left. He missed on it. Kyle gets the rebound, and Monroe will come out of backcourt.
Yeah, trying to adjust with that little Haagen-Dazs scoop against Kyle, and that's not going to get it done.
Bingham with the basketball. Passes over on the left side. Folds over on the right to Cole as they cut back and forth. Good weaving out there. And getting the pass on the right side is Rubacaba. Rubacaba passes all over the, hey, good ball movement. 9 on the shot clock. Kyle with a fadeaway jumper. He was fading back a little bit and got it to drop. He's got 8 in the second half and 14 in the game.
Yeah, about 12 feet on the right baseline. I got the sense he doesn't like the outside shot so much, but good touch there.
Missing on the shot for the Jackson Timberwolves is Brown. They miss on a couple of other tries, and it was Sofferer missing on the last one. Monroe gets the rebound, come quickly out of backcourt. Shot put up by Bingham. It is swatted out of there very quickly. Coming through with that one was
Sofferer with the block. Yeah, he got back after missing the easy one. I would think that Monroe wants either Brasic or Sofferer taking the shot. Some of the other guys have been launching some wild shots out there. So
inbound pass goes to Monroe. 43-42 is the score.
The crowd's starting to amp up.
Yeah, they're
now
getting into it more. That's good to see. That's great to see. With the basketball, turnaround jumper, Kyle misses on it. And a rebound pulled down by Sofferer, and right on him very quickly is Bingham. He's going to be called for the foul.
And a silly foul that was.
It is a silly foul.
And I'm assuming that that Jackson has been very solid from the free throw line over the years with a lot of success that they have. I'm sure that they spend a lot of time shooting the free throws. And I mentioned how important that's going to be down the stretch.
That is the second foul on Bingham. At the foul line will be Sofferer, and he's going to take and go with 2 shots, or 1 and 1 it should be. Yeah, makes the first one.
Looked pretty good on that. What did he have, 15 in the first half? And like I said,
13.
13. Sofferer is a guy that you want shooting the ball for Jackson, and Brasic as well.
At the foul line, and it's a shot is good by Sofferer. Timeout has been called. This is a full timeout called by Jackson, I believe. So we have a 45-42 score. Timeout called on the floor, and our score of 3-point lead. We'll be back with more. Stay tuned here on Fox Sports 1380 or STSPN.com.
Welcome to Bickford Ford, Western Washington's premier Ford dealership. We strive to offer you the best in customer care, selection, and price. Our sales, service, and parts departments are highly skilled, experienced, and committed to your satisfaction. Give us the opportunity to take care of you and your family's auto needs, and we're confident you'll come back again and again. That's the reason we've been in business for 4 generations and over 78 years. The Bickford family has served the community since 1934. We support organizations that make a vital difference in the region, including Northwest Harvest, Seattle Children's Hospital, Susan G. Komen for the Cure, and the Snohomish.
From the foul line, Jackson 9 of 11. So both teams shooting well from the line, but Jackson getting there a little more frequently.
Monroe gets set to inbound. 2:30 left to go in the fourth quarter. A 3-ball would tie it right here.
And Monroe is 0 from the three-point line so far, so that probably is unlikely.
That's probably not going to happen. So a 3-point play would also tie it.
Well, and that could happen if
that
they
could
go
happen.
inside.
Get Kyle
especially.
inside,
Yeah.
absolutely. With the ball is Justin Foles up high. Passes over on the left side, Isaiah Cole. Cole with the basketball.
And there's the isolation they're looking for. They don't give it to him.
Kyle ends up with it. Picked up on the double team. Passes to Cole. Now we're over on the left side. It's Newhouse. Misses a shot. Goes out of bounds. And it's going to be Jackson ball. Chance for them to add to their lead right here.
And they missed the three-point attempt. Kyle had a chance to take a shot there inside and gave it up instead.
Jackson will inbound over on the left baseline.
Full court pressure.
Full court pressure in place there by the Monroe Bearcats. Inbound they go, finding Sofferer. Into front court now. Pass on the right side. Brazic misses on the shot as he rises and falls. And getting the rebound is Newhouse. Monroe, again, an opportunity to get at least within 1 point with a 2-point basket. Driving to the hoop will be Newhouse. And he's laid on, literally up in the air, and a foul will be called against Jackson. So here's that opportunity. This is going to be on Brazic. That is his first. And the 6th team foul. Newhouse is out the foul line.
And I thought Jackson shot a little bit too early after breaking pressure and settled for the outside shot. But down at the other end, Newhouse attacking the rim, which is what I think Monroe needs to do. But he missed a free throw mark.
Misses the first one. You got to make these down the stretch. Here it comes. The second one is a miss. That's a big miss right there.
And that's a big rebound right there.
Right on. Right on. With the Jackson getting the board, they come the other direction. 45-42 is the score. Jackson in front court. It is Brazic. Brazic will now look inside. Doesn't find anybody as the cutter comes through. Goes on the left side. With the ball is Sofferer. Sofferer finally finds Brazic. They got 7 seconds on the shot clock. Brazic puts up a shot, misses on it. Rebound grabbed by Monroe. Here they come. Newhouse, 3-point jumper. Missed on the right side, but right down there below was Kyle. Well, they tried that, and Kyle gets the 2 points. It's 45-44. Kyle on the other end blocks a shot out of bounds, and it was put up by Manalo, knocked out of bounds. And it will be Monroe ball as it last touched the Jackson player.
Goes off the head of Manalo, and the Jackson faithful not happy as he took a huge swipe at the ball. A little bit of contact, and we're going to have a timeout here.
And a timeout called by Monroe. And yeah, you wondered where the foul was on that one. 45-44 is the score, and we'll be back with more right here on Fox Sports 1380 and STSPN.com. Eighteen fouls for Monroe and 16 fouls for Jackson. Jackson with a 1-point lead.
Jackson staying in their man-to-man defense, and Monroe using Kyle. They're going to go high-low if they can.
With the ball is Joshua Jerome. And now Isaiah Cole over on the left side between the circles.
They might need
Right-handed
another
dribble.
Might
10
need
on
another
the shot
timeout.
clock. 9. And now getting the pass will be Foles. Foles over on the right side. They go around the... Oh, stepping out of bounds is Cole. Cole got the pass, and he stepped out of bounds with 3 on the shot clock. 19 on the fourth quarter clock. And we have a timeout called by Monroe. We'll keep it right here. Go. We have it right here, so go ahead, Mike.
Well, I was gonna say that as Monroe is running their offense there, they got out of sync, and I thought maybe they should go ahead and take another timeout, and instead they turned the ball over, and now they have to do their strategy as what are they going to do now that they're behind. So they're going to have to try to go for the steal, which has been pretty tough against Jackson, and their other choice then is they're going to have to foul. Find somebody to foul if you don't get the steal, and you want to do it so that you have enough time. If they make both free throws, you're down 3, and Monroe is 0 for 9 from the three-point line. So
0 for 9.
So they're in tough here. They're going to have to try to put some pressure on and pick maybe. Well, I know one player I wouldn't pick, and that's Salfer. I wouldn't pick him to shoot free.
And we have no way of picking a player of the game yet because we simply don't know. It's too close to tell. 45-44, Jackson leading by 1 point. Mark Ock and Mike Buckholz here on Fox Sports 1380 and STSPN.com. And a blustery night outside there here in the Northwest.
Now, if Jackson has a special play against full court pressure, you might see it right now. Although last time Kyle got down and blocked that home run ball that was pitched down the floor, blocked the open layup.
Jackson will inbound right here. Here we go. Set to go. It is Manalo. And he says, as the pressure was put on and they show their defensive setup, let's call timeout. And Jackson does that. So we're going to take a timeout as well. We'll be back with more. Stay tuned right here. Back with more. Thank you. Tom. Down again with 19.6 on the clock. Manalo inbounds it, and then he gets it to Brazic, who's grabbed right away.
And that will leave a significant amount of time for Monroe to try to get down and get the hoop. Now, the thing is that it's still 1-1. So if Jackson misses the first free throw, that's going to give Monroe an opportunity to win the game with a shot. They don't have to go for a three.
At the foul line is Brazic. He has that one come off the rim. Kyle fighting for the rebound, and over there to tie him up wisely is Brazic. It's a jump ball, and it's going to Monroe.
Ooh.
Kyle chased it, and he couldn't quite get to it quickly enough to keep sole possession, but they keep it anyway. So 15 seconds on the clock. 45-44 is the score.
And I'm not sure how many timeouts they have, but he's probably going to come up here and call timeout.
Timeout has been called by Monroe. He came up there and he called timeout.
Well, I always liked him to come in front of the bench so you have it out foul line extended instead of half court, but they have plenty of time, 11.9.
All right. This is going to go to a full timeout. This is a media timeout. It feels like it. So, anyway, this is, wow, what a great game. The winner will play Kamiak coming up on Thursday. And that is at 4:45 p.m.
Well, I mentioned that there's a lot of time to get a shot. However, at 11.9, what you try to do is set up so you have 1 or 2 passes and get your primary player to take a shot. But if that is nullified by the defense of Jackson, Now you're kind of stuck. Who's ever open is going to have to take it. So you're going to get a look at your primary and maybe a look at your secondary, and after that, you got to go.
There you go. 45-44, 16 fouls for Jackson, 9 for the visitors, Monroe. 11.9 on the clock here. And you see the injured player over there, Colton Faddis, walking with a brace on his right leg.
Jackson,
the Hormering glasses if you're watching on the STSPN.com.
Jackson also has no fouls to give. If they foul, it's a 1-and-1. And they come out in tight man-to-man.
Monroe with the basketball. Set to inbound. There they go. And getting it is Cole. He drives to the basket. Now passes to Kyle. Takes it in left-handed off the left side of the rim. No good. Jackson battling for the rebound. And coming away with it some is Marshall. It looks like he may have been fouled from behind. I think that is the call. There's a lot of orange jerseys over there. We want to wait for the official call. And that is going to be, yeah, that's what I thought, against Folds. 4th foul, 10th team foul. And going to the foul line is going to be Sofferer. 3.6 seconds left on the clock.
And Foles didn't have any choice. He had to foul somebody. And Sofferer trying to sneak in there to shoot the free throws. But instead, it's Marshall who came down with that big rebound off of the miss. And Colby Kyle went up with the left hand that time. Did not quite get all the way squared up.
Miss on the foul shot. Oh, my. At the foul line is Marshall. Next one is coming up.
Well, it's going to be interesting if he misses this.
Here's the next shot. It is good. Tied at, or not tied, it's 46-44. Monroe coming out of backcourt, and it's going to be stolen away by Jackson. Jackson steals it. And we want to make sure, because these officials are indicating he traveled with the ball. And so we want to make sure this one, whether it's over or not, the officials are coming off the court. They've already raced away, and this one is over.
Well, we couldn't hear the horn.
46-44. I heard it go off. So
okay.
Jackson wins 46-44, and they will advance to play Kamiak coming up on Saturday. And that is at 4:45. Earlier, Monroe Mariner beat Lake Stevens 45-42. And so they will play Cascade at 8 o'clock coming up on Saturday. That is the second game of the doubleheader on the 13th. So we're going to go ahead and take a break, and then we'll get to the post-game show. We'll have a guest for player of the game, and that will be coming up here shortly. So we'll get you to that as we're going to take a look and see who weighs in as our player of the game. Mike and I will talk about that during the break, and we're going to wrap things up shortly on STSPN.com, but also we'll have the post-game show on Fox Sports 1380. Stay tuned.